Hey, what's going on YouTube? CJR here with my 2014 game room tour slash setup, gaming setup. I recently hit 5,000 subscribers, so I need to thank everybody, all my new subscribers, everybody who's been there with me since the beginning. I still remember posting my 100 subscriber room tour. Go ahead and check that out. It's when I was in one of the spare rooms upstairs. Now I've taken over the entire basement. This is year 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure it's year 5 of retro or video game collecting for me. As I've said several times, I pulled out my Nintendo from my attic and had a couple games, and then it all kind of snowballed from there. Started buying more games, then moving on to systems I had as a kid and the ones I didn't have. So everything you're going to see here behind me, minus the obvious things, was picked up in the last 5 years or so, and mainly through garage selling. I've kind of calculated that between 65 and 70% of the stuff, mostly the retro stuff, that you're going to see has been completely free, picked up through or by means of garage selling, then flipping, trading, that kind of stuff. So go ahead and check out my live yard sale videos, my pickup videos, and you'll see just how I'm able to get this stuff for so cheap. Anyways, I'm probably going to have to break this up into two parts. It's going to be extremely, it's going to be more detailed this time. Yeah, if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to leave a link below for my Facebook channel too. That's something I recently started, my Facebook page rather. So feel free to go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the 2014 CJR Game Room Tour. Alright, so I'll, just like last time, I'll start with a quick pan of the room here. I've picked up a lot of different stuff since the last time you saw a room tour, so this is basically my big box special edition collection area. On the top there's mostly 360 stuff, and then PS3 here, and a bit of a mix down here. So you can see I got the Halo helmet, picked that up at a garage sale or a thrift store for I think 10 bucks a couple years ago. All the Fallout stuff, Diablo, Bioshock 2, really cool collector's edition there, with the vinyl record and stuff. 2 shooters, Death Smiles, Automedius, excellent. Agorist War, Alan Wake, Fable 3, Alan Wake and Fable 3, both book style special edition. Really cool, both of them actually. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I believe I picked that up for super cheap a couple years ago. The Freddy Krueger statue was $1 at a garage sale. Actually, somebody offered me quite a bit of money for that, but see, both his nails, 2 of his blades broke off there. But still pretty cool. Killzone helmet, Uncharted, Dragon's Crown, artwork book in the back there, Demon Souls, all the Metal Gear Solid stuff, some of my favorite games of all time. Atelier collection, both those are sealed still, Catherine in behind there. My Ni no Kuni White Wizard, or yeah, Wrath of the White Witch White Wizard edition. That ended up being extremely rare, and you all remember that huge debacle. Final Fantasy 13-2, and then here's some of my handhelds. The Hulk there was $1 also at that same garage sale. The Neo Geo Pocket Color, PSP, PSP Go, which I actually love. If you end up, if you hack this thing, it's a wonderful, wonderful system. It is a little cramped, the controls, but it's just so tiny and portable. I really, really love this system. The PS Vita, the Mario 25th Anniversary 3DS XL, Neo Geo X, I like it. They're going for just over $100 now. I think that's a great price. If you find it at that price, go ahead and grab that. The 2DS, which I recently picked up, my wife uses that. and is almost done Zelda, which is pretty impressive. She's beat all the Zeldas on the portable handhelds, and the Zelda 3DS, which I just picked up too. Just some display boxes here, PS4, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, just kind of running out of room. Killzone, Resistance 3, Tales of Xillia there. I still haven't opened up, that's sealed. All this stuff, I mean, I don't mean to keep it sealed. I like to pick up these collector's editions, and I just haven't had a chance to get to that game yet. Uncharted 3 box, my steering wheel, some of my fight sticks here. I got a PS1 fight stick, which I found at a garage sale right here. Hori stick, really nice stick. And then some of the Mad Cat stick, that's the Tatsunoko versus Capcom one. And then another Hori stick. And then a Street Fighter Mad Catz 360 stick. That's my wheel. One of my prized possessions here is my MAME arcade machine. I picked this up, probably 5 years ago now, from a guy just a couple cities over, and definitely don't regret it. He did a fantastic job building this. I've switched the computers a couple times, upgraded the operating system and stuff like that. I mean, the MAME, the user interface and stuff like that. So absolutely love it. Street Fighter 25th anniversary collection there. Just a display box for GTA 5. Yeah, what else should I say? Something like 6,000 games on this MAME machine. Yeah, absolutely love it. Next up here is probably the best gaming TV that you can buy. Not the best. There's crazy. I think it's a crazy Panasonic or Sony widescreen TV. I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, this is a Sony Wega. It's got HD, I think up to 1080i. It's got an HDMI port, and the picture on this is absolutely amazing. I got to thank Tom TB46667, excuse me, for pointing me towards this TV. You can find these TVs for $50 to $100. If anybody's interested, I'll post the model. I really should have looked at the model number. I can't remember what it is now before I made this video, but if anybody's interested, I can post that in the link, and just keep an eye out for them. It's 36-inch. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's playing the Warriors right now on PS2, which is a fantastic game. Recently picked that up too. And then below there I have a Wii, a Retron 3, still eagerly awaiting the Retron 5. I was hoping to have it by now, and it'll be awesome on this TV. A white PS2 down there, slim, and then up top is the Neo Geo X, which I have hooked into HDMI, and mixed results on that. But like I said, if you can get the system for $100, $150, I would go ahead and grab it. I think the handheld's quite nice. This setup here is just one of my gaming areas, or gaming zones, I guess. It's nice to have the TV kind of over there, and then somebody can be sitting here playing too. Just a Mario plushie there I picked up for my son. He loves that thing. My coffee table, just some reading here. I always like to promote this book, 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die. Really cool book. And then I recently picked up this Capcom 30th Anniversary Character Encyclopedia for super cheap off Amazon. And then under here I've got a couple bins, just miscellaneous stuff under there. Accessories. And the bin over there has a bunch of crappy handhelds that I don't really want to put on display. Just stuff that you guys... There's a Wii balance board. There's nothing really interesting in there. Under here, I have a bin with all my handheld stuff, cases, chargers. I always like to push dealextreme.com. That's where I grab all my spare PSP, Nintendo, DS chargers, like stuff like this for the PS Vita. Really comes in handy. Fantastic site. All these cases, this was from there. Super cheap, comes from China, free shipping. Takes a little while to get here, but I use it every season to stock up on DS chargers and stuff like that. Next section here, I picked up that Fallout New Vegas. It was from a display. It had like a rack to display the game, so I just kind of took that piece. which I thought was really cool. So there's my fight stick boxes. An old school Tomy racing car game that I actually had when I was a kid, or a buddy of mine had it when I was a kid. Radio Shack, just an old school video game thing I found. Not one of the good 80s ones, but Space Invaders mini arcade cab. And then this might look familiar to you guys too. Another little racing game that was kind of popular in the 80s. Whole bunch of plug and plays, some Tiger Electronics games. Don't have a whole lot, but there's some good ones there. This right here is, I always like to tell people, the greatest plug and play of all time. It's got a wireless receiver that you can take off, and it works really, really well. And then onto my guides here. I recently picked up the Zelda Collector's Edition box there to the right. I have Hyrule Historia, and then Link Between Worlds guide. And then these are all my special edition guides here. You can see the Final Fantasies on the left, Ni no Kuni, that kind of stuff. Below that is my Nintendo Power collection. I think I've got like 18 to just over 100. So I need the first 18, I believe. And then some regular guides down here. A lot of these I recently found in a GameStop dumpster for free, so that was pretty cool. Just boxes for some other arcade sticks I just recently got. I'll show you those in a little bit. And then up top, well, this starts my kind of Gen 1 gaming system stuff. 70s, early 80s. We got up there the box for the Retron 3, ColecoVision, moves on into Intellivision games, then ColecoVision on that shelf, Atari 2600, there's the Halo 2600, which is very, very cool to have, especially with the box and manual and game and stuff. The Atari Flashback 2, some box Atari games, another 2 Atari plug and plays there. And the Commodore 64 box and television wheel, the TI 994A games. Up here, iCade that I picked up in the summer for $5. Dreamcast. The Sega Pico, which is probably going to be the first thing that goes in this if I decide to thin out my collection. I found one box with a couple box games, so I just I thought I'd pick it up and put it on display. Why not? My Vectrex collection. System in the box with 13 games I picked up for, I think it was $400 a couple years ago. More than I normally spend, but it was all garage sale money that I made from selling stuff off. So something that I really, really wanted. There's a couple things here that I have spent some money on. I don't normally. I have a small list of things that if I find, I would spend some money on. So one of those was the Neo Geo system too. I picked that up and a bunch of box games there, so I was really happy about that. Neo Geo Pocket Color collection. Fantastic little system. I highly recommend it. It's affordable. My TurboGrafx 16 collection. I would love to have more of them, that's for sure. I'm sure everybody would. And then a bunch of old retro systems here. Panasonic 3DO, Commodore 64, Atari XE. That's another Atari system beside, what is that again? The 400. TI 99 4A. Telstar Intellivision Model 1 and 2 on the bottom there. Intellivision 3 beside that. The Coleco Gemini, ColecoVision, Atari 2600 Junior. 2 Atari 2600s, the Vader and the wood grain. 6-switch wood grain, 2 original Xboxes, which I love the original Xbox personally. I kind of refer to it as the Dreamcast 2. Had some really great Sega games on it. Pretty underrated system. Yeah, I mean, this is a system you can pick up for next to nothing, literally $5 for these systems pretty easily. And there's a lot of great games that you can get for absolutely nothing. So I forgot to mention the Neo Geo X Gold limited edition box there. And on to Sega. A terrible, terrible Sega or Sonic Plug and play there, really awful. Kind of cool design though. 32X. Sega Game Gear box. Genesis, there's my copy of Pure Solar, another thing that I spent a little money on. I think $50, but that's a lot for me. Dreamcast keyboard, there's my Game Gear collection. Sega CD, Genesis arcade stick, Dreamcast gun, my Master System stuff. And then up top there's another top left there, another Game Gear onto Dreamcast, Sega Menacer, my loose Genesis collection, some loose Master System onto boxed Game Gear stuff, and onto my Genesis, which is not nearly big enough in my opinion. I absolutely love collecting for the Genesis and Master System just because they have the plastic boxes and they hold up, and it's really nice to be able to collect them like that. It's easier to get obviously than the Nintendo stuff. Complete, I mean. You can see I got a couple cool titles there. Moonwalker, Fantasy Stars, all the Sonics, Comic Zone on the end. The Haunting, starring Poltergeist, that's one I can definitely recommend. Love that game. Kind of underrated. Rocket Knight Adventures, Battletoads. Let me see. One of the best football games of all time. Both of these here, College Football and National Championship. Really fun. Battletoads Double Dragon. Shaq Fu, that's a must own. Very, very rare game. Toe Jam and Earl, Dungeons and Dragons. Love my Genesis collection. And then there is my Master System collection. I didn't have a Master System growing up. My friend did. He was the one kid on the street that had the Sega, so I was able to experience a lot of them. Again, Moonwalker there. That was a thrift store find actually. And then on to Sega Saturn. Panzer Dragoon games down at the end there. Bunch of crappy sports games. Not the greatest Saturn collection, that's for sure. And some long box PS1 games. On to my small 3DO collection. A couple more long box PS1, 32X CD games, and Sega CD, which is really weak. A couple great titles in there. I got, let me see, Robo Lest. That's probably the best thing in there. Sonic CD is a great one. I actually really liked Ground Zero Texas when I was a kid. So that's my Sega collection. Okay, this ends part 1 of the 2014 game room tour. Part 2, just click on the link here. I'll be going over the rest of my game room, including what you're seeing right now, my Nintendo collection. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, comment, subscribe.